Bernard gets tormented by Dahlia's people. At the beginning of Citadel Episode 3, Nadia takes Mason and herself to a Citadel safe house in Spain by car. She turned off the Citadel X-Cases tracker so David can't follow. She responds that Mason has asked her that question before and that she can be trusted. She inquires about his family while tending to his bullet wound. She maintains she wasn't close to Mason, despite his desire to learn more about him. They had a brief relationship one time, 10 years ago, in Utah. A flashback contradicts this. When Mason arrives at the Citadel U.S. headquarters, Bernard and Grace inform him that a man by the name of Hazen is ready to unleash a terrible virus. He lives in the Iranian mountains, and a new agent will be assisting Mason, because it will be challenging for him to escape his missile-equipped castle. Mason exits the fortress by blasting his way out while holding the cargo. He hops onto a dead paraglider to land below the mountain when he is encircled by the enemies. After a ski chase, he ends up at the base of the mountain, surrounded by ATVs, and Nadia emerges from one of them. Nadia sets off a bomb after Mason is informed that she is the new agent, and they fight everyone off even though Mason is badly hurt. Nadia manages to save both of them despite his wounds. Nadia presents herself to Mason later at Citadel. She joined the Citadel 5 years ago, and her mother was a spy. Nadia disagrees with Mason's claim that he didn't require her assistance. They flirt flirtatiously with one another, and 2 weeks later, they are seen sleeping together in Paris. They follow up by asking one another if they can be trusted. Nadia sends a computer message to someone back in the present. They mention a package that is waiting for Nadia while speaking in code. Bernard and Dahlia converse in the interim. We learn that they collaborated on projects at the UN, then, using a 19-character password that a Citadel AI uses to track uranium around the globe. She threatens him into providing it. She threatens his wife and daughter in Wyoming, as well as Mason's wife and daughter, when he declines, after having an accident. Abby tells Joe Bernard's ex-wife in Wyoming how she met Mason. To her, Kyle at a memory recovery program. Dahlia keeps criticizing Citadel and its double-standard norms of honor. She displays a burn mark covering her entire forearm to Bernard when he tells her she's mistaken. Then she says she found a Carter Spence and indicates she's been tormenting him. She then summons a doctor, who tortures Bernard by extracting his teeth before telling Anders to continue torturing Bernard. When Bernard reveals that Brielle, the woman Anders adored, is still alive, he is about to bore straight into his brain. Mason informs Abby over the phone that he met Nadia. When he's finished, Nadia instructs Mason to leave and defend his family because he is useless to her. She asks him what he's talking about. When he sights flashing lights in a sea of crimson, despite his insistence that they stay, he demonstrates the lights on the Citadel case to her and says they are distress signals. Before the Manticore surrounded Carter Spence, he left them video messages. The final one came from a city called Faz. Nadia surmises that Carter is being held at a secret location by Balduino Basto, a Portuguese crime boss where she was formerly tortured. They can save Carter if they make it to Balduino. And how handy for them that Mason Kane once had a close relationship with that crime boss. Mason prepares to become his former self. Nadia is guiding him as he approaches Balduino. He fiddles with a transmitter-equipped lighter while conversing with Balduino and hacking into his phone. He stalls by asking Balduino for assistance on a quest. Because all he needs is time, Balduino claims Nadia, his girlfriend, is the one who sold out Citadel and inquires about her. Although the upload is finished and Nadia urges Mason to depart, Mason becomes agitated. Mason grabs a revolver and threatens Balduino's son before things become messy, so he may escape unharmed. He asks Nadia to describe what transpired in the automobile. She asserts that if she were the mole, she wouldn't be engaging in all of this. When he asks her why she kept her relationship with Mason a secret from him, she responds that it was between her and the previous Mason. Anders hands Bernard his phone, and Bernard opens a picture of Mason and his family. He informs Anders that, despite her current name of Abby, the woman in the picture is Brielle. In the final moments of the episode, Bernard claims that all he knows is a lie.